So what we'll do now is we will add in an image. So the first thing that I do when I'm adding in an image to a paragraph is I select the start of the paragraph that I want to add that image into. And let's just quickly change this back to align left. Yeah, so I've selected at the very start of the paragraph. I just want to add it into the second paragraph here. After you do that, you select the image button here. That'll bring up the image properties tab here, and then we will just hit the browse server button. And then when that loads, we can either select the image that we have uploaded. So these are all the images that are currently uploaded onto the server for this website. If the image hasn't been already uploaded onto the server, you can do that one of two ways. So the first way would be to select this browse files button and then just find the image on your hard drive. So this one I have saved to the desktop, and then you would just double click on it or click on it and then select the open option. Kind of an easier way to do it is to just drag and drop the file. So I have this jellyfish image here, and I can just drag it and then I can drop it where it says drop files here. And it'll upload that image there. So I already had one called jellyfish, so it's just added this underscore and then 1 to the end of it there. Yeah, and now that I have that image uploaded onto the server, I can just select it from this list here. And then if I jump back into Hoolahoop, I can start adding in like alternative text and stuff like that. So I'll take you quickly through those here. The alternative text option, that just helps with search engine optimization. So it's not something that's necessary for your website, but it can help you get better results, search results in like Google or Yahoo or Bing. And what happens is Google and Yahoo and Bing, they have bots that'll search through your website, and they will just check the content to check to see what it's about. They'll be able to tell that there's an image here in the text, but they won't be able to tell what it is an image of. So yeah, so you can always just add in a couple words here. You know, you can do like a sentence, or you can do sort of a couple keywords if you wanted to. Yeah, and that's totally optional, so you don't have to do that if you don't want to. The width and height, you'll see, so this image that I uploaded was 200 pixels by 200 pixels, so 200 pixels wide by 200 pixels tall, and I can scale that around a bit in here in Hoolahoop if I wanted to. So say I wanted to make it, 100 or 150. You can scale it down some in Hoolahoop. It is best to use a program like Picasa. Google has a free editing software program called Picasa, and it's best to scale down the image first, like resize it to a more web-friendly size. And that's because if you have a couple images, say on your web page that are 2 or 3 megabytes each, that's really going to slow down the page load time. So yeah, I have this one scaled down to 200, and then I can adjust it slightly if I wanted to in Hoolahoop. But yeah, it's definitely going to really speed up the page load time because I have it at a smaller size. Yeah, so I'll have this one set to show up as 150 by 150. The border, I just out of habit always set it to 0. If you don't set it to 0 and you don't want a border to show up, sometimes Internet Explorer will still add in a border there. It's kind of annoying, but so yeah, I just always out of habit set that to 0. And then the H space and the V space here, these two options, those are for your padding. So H space is horizontal padding, and then V space is vertical padding. So if you want, you can throw in usually 15 pixels kind of looks best of each. But you can, play around with that and get it how you want it to look exactly on your website there. Yeah, and you'll see that it's just added 15 pixels to the top and bottom and left and right of the image. And then the alignment, that's where you choose where in that paragraph you want the image to show up. So usually the right option works best, and that'll just change it so that the text wraps around it like so. Yeah, and the right option usually looks a bit better just because we read left to right, so it helps to have all these sentences start on the same line on a page. But you do also have the left option in there as well. So let's just add this one in as right for now. And then you'll see here, so I have that image added there into that second paragraph. So now I can hit the save button here, and then it's in there like so. And if I want to go in there and maybe make it a bit bigger, I can hit the edit button here. It'll bring up the text editor again, and I can just double click on it. And then I can say make it 200 or so. And then hit the OK button here. Oh, let's just set the border to 0. And then we can hit the save button there. And it'll show up 200 by 200.